So as we mentioned earlier, these skills that you need to learn if you need to start your online business. It's vital skills that you need to learn along your journey. That's going to matter a lot for your scale and for your business revenue. So 5 skills to master before you start online business, because business don't pay for your effort. It's not only about your effort, it's about what you're going to deliver to your audience and your targeted niche with these skills. So it's all about the value. The more value you will deliver, the more trust you will gain from your targeted audience. And this will happen through these skills that we're going to share in this video. So 5 skills to master before you start your online business. Everyone tells you to start something: a newsletter, YouTube channel, an agency, or a coaching business, side hustle, or an online stores, but nobody actually talks about the real problem. When we discuss or mention the myth here, I don't have a business yet. So you build websites, design logos, and buy more courses, chasing the thing instead of the ability to make it work. And this is actually what happened to a lot of people. They fill up their time and their effort chasing a lot of things. They build the website, design logo, hire a lot of people, pay a lot of money, and you waste a lot of time doing this kind of stuff. And instead, the truth, I don't have the skills to build one. So the business is the bottleneck. Isn't the bottleneck? The skill set is. So the problem is not the business itself. The problem is the skill. So how to fix that and how the business becomes the easy part, this will what we will figure out. Usually, after you waste a lot of time, you'll find yourself stuck at your place because you wasted your time building the websites, the logos, and going a lot of after a lot of buying courses, watching tutorials. But the reality, it's not the effort, it's the value. And the value will come through the skills that you will master. And then through the value, you will have the income. All right. So here's the 5 skills to master. Find a valuable problem, offer creation, build an audience, sales conversation, system, and leverage. And we're going to go through each and every one of it through the video. All right. So number 1, find a valuable problem. And this is a monster and a basic thing when you start finding your niche. And if you're actually a working professional, then within your audience or within your targeted niche that you know and you have skills and knowledge about, you know exactly what sort of problems is facing your targeted niche. Whether you are in IT consulting, whether you're engineering, whether you are in the fitness industry, relationship, any niche you're in, or you have skills, or you've been working within this industry the last few years, you will know exactly what is the main problem that really matter for this niche. So don't ask what business to start, ask what problem, and this is the problem that you will start working on it. So asking the wrong questions matters a lot, because this is where you will be stuck in a loophole. What business should I start? What problem I can solve? So let's say you're in a fitness industry. I can help people build muscle in less time, or I can help people lose weight without doing too much work, or I can help people lose weight creating a very exciting diet plan and let them eat whatever they want, but maybe in a specific amount. Same idea as what happened before with Uber. Every great business started with a problem. So Uber solved the solution in the transportation industry, and it made it so much easier for everyone. Just by one click, you'll find a car next to your door. Similar as Airbnb, it solved a lot of big problems that used to face the travelers, that they're not going to depend only on hotels, but they offered something. It solved a lot of people without obstacles, without the time and effort to search for good hotels. Same as Netflix as well. It brought to you to your TV while you're sitting at home a lot of shows, and instead of the old time when you go and you used to rent videotapes, right? So where the problem hides, this is going to be your workplace, your industry, and your own life. If you found yourself that you're so good at solving certain problems, or in your certain industry or workplace. So find a frustrated people that don't want to lose time or money, and this is where opportunity is. So you find a problem that facing that a lot of people facing frustration with it, and they don't want to lose time or money, and this is where going to be the opportunity. Then skill number two, you need to have the ability to create your offer, package a solution and one outcome that people want. All right. So after you find a problem, you need to find how to create your offer. And this is what I spoke about in my last video. Sell the outcomes, not the service. So instead of say I do marketing, basically your offer is to get fitness coaches 10 leads per week. And this is where the offer matters a lot. This is how you're going to resonate with your audience. I build websites. This is not going to work. So instead, you'll say, I bring dentists new patients through building websites for dentists or for real estate agents. I do consulting. So instead, I move engineers into remote jobs. So I consult in specific type of engineers to move into remote jobs without etc. without spending too much time, without losing too much money. And these examples we've spoke about in the last video. So this is just a quick information about how you can create the offer. You need to be very specific. All right. People buy outcomes, not services. The moment you sell outcomes, you stop competing with everyone else. All right. Skill number three, you need to build an audience. Attention and trust beat raw audience size. All right. So for every niche you're going to be in, you need to build your audience by creating content, by gaining the trust, by providing valuable information. You don't need a big audience. And this is a big myth a lot of people fall into, that they need to have thousands of followers. This is not the reality. You need attention. A small audience that trusts you beat a large one that ignores you. So getting trust by providing valuable information. And this is depend on what is your niche. Are they hanging out on YouTube, LinkedIn, X, or Instagram? Depends on. All right, so every post, video, and email is a chance to build a trust at a scale. And trust is what turns strangers into customers. So in each post or a video, try to build trust. Try to find a valuable information that really solve their painful problem. And this is how they're gonna gain trust. If you really understand the niche and speaking their language and know what really frustrating them, what makes them really frustrated and to the limit that you cannot even sleep properly. So the more you know about them and you speak their language, the more you're gonna gain their trust. Skill number four is sales conversations. And this is very important because at the end of the day, you need to make money. You need to have revenue for your business. And this is where you need to have thick skin, because a lot of people are sometimes are shy to speak on the phone. Some people are shy to get any denial about their offer, etc. So you need, this is going to come by practice. The more you're going to get refused, then you know that your offer is not working, and you know what is the objection about your offer, and keep retweaking and come back again to the your audience and to the market. The skill most employees avoid and most needed, actually, because at the end of the day, you need to make sales. You're not here just to provide value and walk away. Then you're not making any business. So sales isn't convincing, it's understanding. So ask great questions. So if you still don't know or you're not sure about your audience, then you can run like a survey and ask them a lot of questions about how do they feel, what is stopping them from reaching their goals or their revenue, etc. Identify the real problem, diagnose the situation, and then recommend the right solution. So through this funnel, revenue comes from customers and customers comes from conversation. The more conversation you're going to make with your audience, the more you're going to know about them. So to identify the problem, diagnose it, and offer a solution for it. So sales is a skill, not a personality trait. So if you feel that you're not even good at it, it's already fine. You just need to practice. You don't need to be extroverted or charismatic. You just need to learn how to communicate a value and how to deliver a good value. Skill number five is to set systems and leverage for your business, because you're not gonna be able to do everything by yourself. All right. So at certain point, you need to set system for your calendar, for your availability, through how people can book an appointment with you through Calendly, for example. Set a small, simple landing page or a funnel where you take them from YouTube or any other platform to book an appointment with you, or later on if you're doing newsletter, sending certain emails to them, all right, to build trust through the different channel like the newsletter. So you need to have sort of systems, because if you're going to do everything manually, think about it, it's not going to be possible, or it's going to take a lot of time and effort from you. So stop trading time for money. 1 hour work is 1 hour paid. So the owner build once, paid repeatedly. Leverage things that keep work while you don't. All right. So assets that create leverage is newsletter, content, automations, templates. Let's say, for example, later on you want to sell PDFs or digital products. So, and this is where the freedom doesn't come from working harder. It comes from systems that produce results, like those people that sell courses on a later stage after you build a great audience, or you want to sell courses or digital products. So this is what we mean by systems. The more you're going to set up a system that really resonate with your business, the more you're going to have more freedom. And this is what everybody, I guess, is looking for. You just don't want to leave your current job to be a slave for your business. So when you do a business or set up a business, skill number five, system and leverage, is where you need to set this one up to give you more time to spend with your family or put this effort somewhere else. So skills compound into freedom. When you get these skills that we discussed, you're going to have value, and value creates income. Income creates options, options create freedom, right? And freedom is the real goal to everyone that's trying to create a business. Most people chase the last box, winners build the first one. So most people try to go immediately to freedom, but before that, you need to go here, create the skills. Through skills, you're going to create a value. Through value, you're going to create income. Income create options for you. Like, for example, you can work from everywhere, you can start traveling, you can have more options to move around, and options create freedom. And freedom is the goal for everyone. So don't start with a business, start with a skill. Master them one at a time. And you can even learn them through trial, through while you're building your business. Find the audience, start talking to them, know their problems that frustrates them, start offering a solution, build an offer. If the offer doesn't work, go retweak this offer, go again and try again. Start practicing sales calls, try to close your targeted customers, and here where you know that your offer works when you have 3 paid customers, which is proof of concept. So if this was valuable to you, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions about setting up your business, write to me down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.